know. Where the hell am I? The lighting is terrible and the background is a bit much. What happened to the little yellow house, your lovely little swamp? Don't worry, this is my parents' house. And this is where I spent the first 18 years of my life. I know, explains a lot, doesn't it? This, in a nutshell, is just kind of how I just spat. This, in a nutshell, is kind of how I was in middle school and high school. Although, to be honest, the majority of all this was pretty set in place by the second half of high school. So this space is most representative of me, 7th to 8th grade. So, why am I here? Did I finally wash out of film school and move back in with my parents? No, silly. That's not until next year. Ostensibly, I came here to help my dad figure out how to upload his lectures to YouTube. Go subscribe to him if you like learning about international business. But I watched 8th grade the other day. Bo Burnham's feature film debut. You may have heard of it. But naturally, it sent me rocketing back to my tenure as an 8th grader. And I started to get this little idea for a video cooking up in the back of my head. And I figured I would need the proper setting. Plus, a very important prop that lives here to be seen later. So without further ado, 8th grade me knew what the fuck was up. 8th grade me had that shit on lock. Woo! You want to know what I looked like in the 8th grade? Boom! Like this, every single day. 6th grade, I wore the same black hoodie and a pair of plain blue jeans every single day. Yes, I was one of those kids. But the summer after 6th grade, I fell headlong into puberty and anime. A deadly combination if there ever was one. By the time 7th grade arrived, I was full of rage and a desperate desire to be individual. So, naturally, the most straightforward and obvious course of action, I took an orange scarf and a purple scarf, and I tied them together, and I wore them like this every single day. Like this. My entire life for almost 3 years. Ow. And I am including the very depths of summer. Neither hell nor rain could stop me from wearing these. 100 degrees, nothing. I was about to say -0. Nothing could stop me from wearing these. If I happened to forget them, I would throw a full-blown fit. I felt naked without them. As an experiment one day, I dressed in very dark, neutral clothes, left the scarves at home, felt very naked all day, and found that my very best of friends would walk by me and not notice me. This is not a comment on them. This is a comment on the fact that this was my identifier. I was Scarf Girl. That's how people knew me. Besides the infamous scarves, I just wore the brightest possible colors at any given time. Clashing, matching, none of it mattered as long as it was bright. This is also where my love of excessive jewelry came about. Whatever it was, I would put it on, and I would put it all on. No makeup, though. I still had a really negative attitude about makeup at this point, which is why, to be true to character, I chose not to wear any makeup for this video. Point is, I was a spectacle wherever I went. School, the mall, the movies, you name it. I was there getting stares. And rhymes. And I truly, honestly, genuinely, to my core, did not care. Or I guess I didn't dislike it. It didn't make me uncomfortable. I welcomed it. I welcomed this idea of being something weird someone saw, a story they could tell their friend. One time at a midnight movie premiere, a girl came up to me and asked if I had been at a different midnight movie premiere a few months prior. And she recognized me by these scarves. And that made my freaking night. Now, when I'm out in public and I realize I'm being stared at, I get scared. Nervous on good days, scared on bad days. Now we got lots of reasons for that. I got to the age where any female perceived individual can be harassed in public by whatever man sees fit to do so on a given day. Came out of the closet a time or two and began presenting myself as more openly and visibly queer, something that invites a different, but no less troubling, kind of harassment. And let's not forget the small matter of me developing my own cozy little collection of mental illnesses, all things that come together to make me a lot more aware and a little bit more wary of any stares I get in public. Instead of being able to brush off or laugh off the stares, I am constantly overwhelmed by wondering what is behind them. Is this person homophobic? Should I be scared? Is this man gonna think I'm inviting him to conversation because I happen to make eye contact with him? Should I be scared? It's not a game anymore. And that sucks. I had this oomph, this spark when I was 13, and the world ate it because I found out what drawing public attention to yourself can lead to. Now, frankly, my only hope is to look like so much of a clown with an attitude problem, which, let's be honest, I am, that no man will want to talk to me, let alone look at me in public. I don't miss much about being 13. Few do, I suspect. But I do miss my total blind confidence in my own clownery. I truly do. If you think I'm a clown now, that ability I had to exist without fear of being perceived and the will to actually challenge those perceptions, I miss it. I'm trying to find it again, so if you have any tips, let me know. That'd be great. Next time, we will be back in the swamp, and this physical embodiment of a sensory overload will trouble you no further. This episode has been brought to you by what else? Scarves. Oh, I'm so sweaty. I don't know how I used to do that. Yes, I am trying to find that confidence and clownery again, but there has got to be a better way than this. I am not going back to this. I just can't. Who am I? I gotta go get my hair cut.